Do I say hi, guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, start.
Hi, guys. My name is Lebogang Vondo. I am a group CEO of Owamie Trading and Projects. I am a mother of two. So today we are going to talk about mental health. I was recently in hospital due to that, a mental health institution. In our black society, you can never talk about it. It's a secret, and it also looks like wahlanya. But I wasn't crazy, but I was feeling things, I wasn't hearing voices, but I was feeling things. I was losing touch with myself and who I am. I don't remember if it's 2010 or 2011. I was diagnosed with depression. I think 2012 I attempted to commit suicide. My mom and my sisters, together with my now husband, he was my boyfriend then, now he's my husband for the past 6 years, took me to Olivedale Hospital to get pumped. And right there and then I was diagnosed with depression. Because I didn't know what it was, I just felt like I was going crazy, and it was very dark. But because of its depression, it's dark in the mind, it's dark in the heart. It's not dark outside. I can look very happy, very smiley and all of those things, but inside I was literally dying. So I just wanted to end the pain because no one understood what I was going through. I had to start taking antidepressants, which I did for I think 3 years, but I had to take myself out of them because it was literally taking over my own life, in a sense of I couldn't control my emotions. I was very slow at reacting on things. Like somebody would annoy me and I would be very slow at reacting to what they are doing to me until maybe they are gone, or 5 hours later, and I'm like, but what was that? I should have retaliated. I should have answered like this. But because I was taking antidepressants, my reaction to things was very slow. And I wanted to take charge of my life. So I spoke to my doctor about it. This was a GP that put me into antidepressants and recommended that I go see a psychologist. Psychologists don't come cheap. And back then, I didn't have money. So I couldn't see a psychologist every day or every other, maybe let's say, normally now I see my psychologist every week to speak about the things that bother me. But back then, I couldn't afford to do what I can do now for myself. And I knew very well that I needed to take charge of my life and remove whatever I was feeling. I needed to move away from it. It wasn't easy, but it had to be done because I had a child. And I needed to set an example to my child that no matter how hard life gets, you can still stand up, dust yourself, and move on. So when you get knocked down 50 times, get up 1,000 times, mtanam. So I needed to do that for my son, which is I started running, which helped. That's how I was getting the antidepressants out of my system. And I did well. I started going to gym every day. I started running almost every day, and I was able to take myself out of antidepressants. And I survived that since 2012. Fast forward, I became somebody will say, what was the cause of your depression? Many things. And though I can't get into details of the things, but I didn't know my triggers then, and I know my triggers now, because I was in a mental institution, admitted, and every day of my life I had to see a psychiatrist and a psychologist. And also we had like a program that we were following. You just don't wake up and start doing your own things. You had to wake up and go do this, do that, and have appointments in between, and have classes. And in those classes, they were teaching you how to know your triggers. Okay. So my friend recently got divorced. And throughout her divorce, I was the pillar of strength to her. And I couldn't afford to break down, because that was like a hard time for her. So I needed to be strong for her, which required a lot from me. But I couldn't tell her that, because she needed me. I am the only person she has, especially the one that understands what she was going through. I've never been through a divorce, but I figure out that her divorce kind of played another part in my mental breakdown. Oh my goodness, I promised myself I was not gonna cry.
Friend, and making me cry though. Like,
so when
should I get you a tissue?
I think I'm fine.
Okay.
When I met Owamie a year ago, she was already in a bad space, and I was in a bad space myself because of where we met, obviously. And but I knew that she needed me more, and I needed to be that friend, that sister, because I don't consider her my friend, I consider her my sister. So I needed to be that sister, an older sister at that, because I'm older than her. I'm older than her. And I was also just going through work stresses, and I was also going through a very difficult pregnancy. A difficult pregnancy in a sense of I needed to choose between carrying on with the pregnancy and terminating, which I chose to keep the pregnancy, and my gynecologist did an amazing job, an amazing doctor. He told me that the process, the pregnancy itself, was going to be a difficult one that is going to require a lot from me. Work-wise, things were just, business was doing great, but to whom much is given, much is tested. So I had Owamie, I just had my own life issues, I had my pregnancy, and then I had work, and work was just a lot. Pregnancy was treble, a lot, and I had so much. And because everyone around me loved to say that I am a strong person, it means it does not allow me a room to break down. But guys, there are days where I just never wanted to wake up. There are days where I just wanted to close myself in my room and just cry. But every day I needed to wake up and go to work, and every day I needed to call Owamie to check up on her if she's fine. And work was demanding. My working hours are crazy. I have time to start work, but I don't have time to knock off. And I was pregnant. Throughout 8 months of my pregnancy, I was literally at work every day from 4 a.m. to maybe 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. I was at work. My sleeping patterns were, I don't even know what to say, but they were not normal for a normal pregnant person. But hey, I'm not a normal person. I'm not just a nobody. I am a group CEO, which means I manage a lot of people. I manage a lot of projects in our business. And to just be trusted with the position that I had at work, I needed to show up every day, bubbly, smiling, and making sure that everyone is well taken care of. Was I taking care of myself? No. What would I change now that I didn't know better then? A lot. I'd tell myself, breathe. Just sit down and breathe. Drink tea, not even coffee, because coffee so, and Owamie was very supportive throughout my pregnancy. I don't want to lie. Doctor's appointment, she'll be waiting outside for me. Due to COVID, I couldn't take anyone with me. Hubby couldn't come with for my antenatal visits. So Owamie was the one that will park outside and wait for me until I am done. And every day she also needed to be strong for me because it was bad news after bad news after. Like, guys, I don't remember going in and coming out of my visit with good news. Oh, friend, the baby's doing fine, everything is okay. It's either the baby was not growing, the umbilical, there was always something wrong. The placenta was not giving the baby. There was always something wrong. And work was also just going wrong sometimes. And like I said, life, I'm a human being. No matter what kind of a job I have, or life is not perfect, and we must be honest. So went 8 months in and baby out. My doctor called it by name. So I had depression of pregnancy. I forgot the term. So I had depression while I was pregnant. He told me the name. So what he said to me was, it was not a shocker to him that I became too depressed after birth. And I was just like, but I didn't know I was depressed. I just figured out it's hormones or whatever. But guys, bedine depression, bendigoa during pregnancy, dagoa after giving birth because the child was in hospital. All these things were leading up to my mental breakdown. Fast forward, I'm not feeling like myself after birth. I don't want people in the house. No, Owamie will tell you I was going but I did not know that it was depression, and it was getting worse and it was getting out of hand. But honestly, that horrible depression and all of those things. So fast forward to your divorce, right? Leading up to the divorce, Feb, I can feel, man, there's nothing I want to do. I don't want to look up, I don't want to wake up and face the day. Yet I have kids. I have like over 100 people that are looking at me for survival, for their families to survive. It's literally because of me. So it means I need to wake up, I need to go to work, I need to make things happen. But and I can't tell anyone. Again, I can't explain it to anyone, but I can tell Owamie because depression
knows depression
can allocate a friend. So I tell him and friend their dealer and all, and we speak about it. But I was sinking deeper and deeper and deeper into it. I remember I go to, this is before your divorce. So after Owamie's, on the day of Owamie's divorce, I kept on asking, friend, are you okay? She says yes, but you are the one that looks like you need the are you okay? And I was just holding on. I wanted to cry on that day. But Owamie needed me more than me crying like kingwana. Yes, I know I'm not a child, and I know I'm allowed to cry. But my friend needed me more. I knew what that day meant for her. That was like her whole 9 years being thrown away. And not by choice, but by force. But she needed to choose herself. And I needed to support her. I needed to be there for her. But all I wanted was to break and cry. It was on that day when I got home. I wanted to overdose on pills.
Friend.
I felt like I couldn't take it. It was very dark. It was a dark moment in my life. I looked in the mirror and I was fading away. I couldn't recognize the skinny person in the mirror. I wasn't eating well, and everybody just thought it's because of I just gave birth. But guys, I carry everyone in my life. The thought of failing depressed me even more. The thought of failing my staff, my friends, my family, my kids. And I wanted the pain to stop. I wanted to take my own life. And
I was behind the scenes, and yeah, I decided to join in for emotional support, obviously.
I was embarrassed to say, I get a I would really want to send you location marking thing, but all I knew and remembered at that moment was who it's a phone call.